well, I have to really, and I may be prejudiced, but I have to tip my hat off to the Oaklawn Park District because they have embraced the Chicago Ridge Prairie and along with another natural area called Wolf Wildlife, which is on the other side of Central Avenue to and along Stony Creek, and as an important amenity for the people of Oak Lawn. It not only provides trail access, passive recreation, but it also allows them to experience the management of large natural areas, and these are fairly large for the Chicago area, through prescribed burns. And the prescribed burns are important because they were part of how the ecology became dependent on prescribed burns. The Indians used to burn in this area, and then there's a lot of reasons for that, but it's generally beneficial for grasslands such as prairies, tall grass prairie, and for the marshes that exist over at Wolf Wildlife. And because the site is only about just under 13 acres total, it is not as large as we would like to have a prairie, but it is large enough to be self-contained and have a self-sustaining insect population. And some of the insects that are rare here that are like the Kansas leafhopper. It feeds on sedges, and there are a number of sedges in here that are also somewhat rare or uncommon. And we also have the prairie cicada. It's not like the cicada we just had, the 17-year cicada. This is an annual cicada, and it's called the prairie cicada. Is Only occurs, I think, in about 3 sites in Illinois. All right. In fact, there's several other insect species here that only occur in just a handful of sites in Illinois. There are 2 leafhoppers in this, Kansas being one of them. There's another leafhopper that doesn't occur anywhere else in the state of Illinois. So it's unique to this site. So it's important to protect this site because that species doesn't occur in Illinois anywhere else. Well, I think that as we go through life, we realize that nature is a reinvigorating, soothing, and for most people, in my experience, enjoyable experience. And by seeing nature in its natural form, we can hopefully maybe reproduce some of that nature in our residential neighborhoods. So we can go to native plants that are drought resistant, don't require lots of fertilizer or any fertilizer, and we can put them into our backyard gardens or our front yard gardens and attract a lot of pollinators like monarchs. The monarchs are really in a for a few years in a free fall in terms of population numbers, and we're trying to get those stabilized. And by creating little pockets of milkweed populations, which is the only plant they feed on as a larva, we can keep those populations happy and healthy. If the community embraces, the plant that the milkweeds, if they want to put them in their regular garden, is designed to have community engagement and enjoyment. And because we put in trails and interpretive signs that allow you to understand as well as experience nature as you, let's say, exercise or simply walk and think. It's soothing. So life is rough sometimes, and you just need a place to get out and be, where it's a little quieter. And I can hear the crickets right now. And there's a number of birds, grassland birds that come in here seasonally, and they're also enjoyable if you want to sit up at the shelter here and look out. And you get nice vistas as well from this shelter point because we're at a little high point.